With infinite possibilities for videos to do, I'm trying to hone it down on deciding what I really need to spend my time on. And so this one is going to be about symbols, because I was looking in some old books from like the 1600s about German architecture, and I was seeing all the symbols that were just packed everywhere, and I was like, I've got to figure out what some of these things mean. So I then came across a symbols book, which I'll show you in a little bit, but I'd like to reflect on some symbols of antiquity, and the ones that we know of modern times. We'll have to kind of lay out of it because we're going to really explore these, but symbols are all around us, and I firmly believe in a symbolic life. I remember coming to this realization on my own over the years, and then reading something in a book about native cultures, really believing that every single thing, is connected in a way and has meaning, and that coincided exactly with what I've always thought. I believe, if I hear someone's voice in a distance, that voice means something. Whatever those words are means something. Like in a dream, single formula, every single thing has a symbol and a power. So is our reality. And so symbols play an important part in really getting to understand who a people are, what a time was like, what a culture was like, what a world was like. And exploring the symbols from these times in this book from 1699, I believe, it really is going to show us some great things, and I think you all will enjoy it. So let's definitely take a look at this book right here. Here's the cover, which I absolutely love. There's just a lot of great things, and it's Emblems and Symbols, and I came across this when searching archive.org a long time ago. I think I saved it, but I didn't really realize that I was going to delve into it as much as has to be done. And so I'm trying to kind of show a different process. I mean, I didn't go through every symbol in this book, just like the main first pages and then some later ones that I liked. But I'm going to go through it, and I'm just going to kind of tell you exactly what several of the translations are. So there's sheets like this, and then I will tell you what these symbols mean row by row. So here we go. Let's see if this works. Non-dormant key custodian. Whoever guards it does not sleep. That's number 1. 2. Rather to die than to refrain. 3. Both beautiful shine. So I'll do it like that in various forms of it. We'll see where this happens. I'll elaborate on some and just let you all think about these. These are some excellent things. They mean a lot. While I breathe. 4. In general, the enemy shield. 6. Show me your ways, Lord. All the different directions. The star, the eagle, enemy shield. Pretty amazing. You never know what we're going to find. 7. The more I'm hit, the more I get up. 8. Always a magnet. 9. Well-deserved reward. Whatever he's eating, whether it's a human or a monkey, he fought for it, and I guess he deserved it. Always a magnet, no matter how hard you hit it. 10. That one I can't really tell. So 11. Rather die than lack faith. Very strong faith. 12. It is only the wind. Orbs. I'm not sure what kind of orbs those are. I'm not sure if that other one's a horse or a serpent. Number 10. But who knows. So then I'll show the page like this again. You can all pause it or check it out or check out the book, follow along or whatever. But we'll see what happens. Page 3, 1. Hope for everyone. Page 3, 2. Even the fiercest are overcome. 3. The last hope. Even the fiercest is taming the lions. And the elephants are really everywhere. They are a very powerful symbol all over the place in ancient times. 4. Recklessness. Big boy picking on a king. 5. They don't know what they are doing. 6. One can do nothing for 2. Both have to really, everyone's got to play their part. The justice, the scales of justice, the soldier, the educator, the scientist. Wow. All right. 7. By virtue forces. 8. This ends it. 9. Self and self-esteem. I love the references to the flowers and the celestial objects and the sun, but this ends it. Wow. The snake and the beast. Here we go. Number 10. Following herein, no less a hero. 11. Preparing a loss. 12. Envy. Very interesting, because we see these things all over the place in their architecture and everywhere, but it's good to know kind of what they're going for when they show these things. So this page had the text blotted out, but we can try to discover what they are. You know, the birds searching, the devilish impy guy crossing something, or you know, the watcher of someone eating, or are they all helping? They tag teaming the thing? I don't know what they're doing. All right, and then this is the next page. So page 4. With all the text. I love the words, and I sometimes used a few different ones if I couldn't get the good one. So 1, void yields or hangs where it weighs most. 2, they cover themselves with hard holdings. 3, I am poorer when more agreeable, or while the plot die. Not sure. 4, it tightens when they leave. 5, I want to touch. 6, the emotional weight. So these people had very rich lives, enriched by these symbols everywhere, and there were probably so many more than this. I can't even believe it. What a great group of things. 7, add correct rules. Not sure what that thing is, but nice village in the background. 8, movement secret or secret movements. 9, not for himself, but for the world. Great symbol. Very happy sun. The land is happy, not for himself, but for the world. Love that. 10, wounds to heal. 11, while hot, pound anvil, or take advantage of time. And 12, the star fort. They hit me and defend me, or stir and keep. Very awesome. Very awesome. Star fort in the middle of the water. The anvil. You make use of time. I love that. 13, it cures death. At 14, I never saw death, or without you I die. And then I believe 15 was not there, so we can think about what that is. It's almost like a caduceus, waters, flowers, springing water, a sword in the middle. Awesome. So cool. Page number 5. 1, neither is afraid. The weapon or the eagle. Wow. 2, ready for everything. 3, soon on, soon off. Very awesome. They must have had a lot of great sayings in the time too. You know, fire, don't stand on that. Flag always ready, and the eagle neither is afraid. 4, my pretend, or you have to pretend. 5, shines in the dark. 6, it mixes with the sweet, or it is useful and pleasant. I like that. It shines in the dark. You can see the ship in the distance, and my pretend, or you have to pretend. I like that. Pretending is fun. 7, soil sticks, heaven shines, or shining in the sky and shining in the earth. 8, and useless, if not it makes noise. Very true. 9, no want to yield to toil, or nothing weighs on me. I like that. Nothing weighs on me. Very awesome. Is one of many. 10, 11, my firmness comes from my whiteness, or it is hardness me from my whiteness. Or 12, nourishes and quenches. Very interesting. They use a lot of vegetables, animals, a lot of different things like that as symbols for a lot of different ones. 13, I only justice, or I only seek justice. 14, better power supplies or armor, the best of all weapons in virtue. 15, without the second, unmatched. So they all need each other. Everything's just so interlaced with life, nature, and just the symbolic nature of the dream world, I'm sure, was so important. All right, page 6. 1, fame hurts. 2, under the honey, the gall, or under the sweet is bitter. That was a tough one. I didn't really... Tough to translate some of those ones. The chameleons, one had something about the chameleon. And 3, levels and decorates, or it wears out but beautifies. I like that. 4, mistaken, or our opinion deceives us. 5, protection of the majesty. I like that, Tartaria. 6, increased or diminished, envy and the executioner of herself. Not really sure. That was another tough one to translate. 7, strength nourishes, he repairs the forces. 8, built on reputation. 9, suggestions central avoided, or middle point. Very interesting. Very interesting. The hive is used a lot. The towers, the monuments, the fountains, all used a lot. 10, because of all the secrets, he who has the secret has everything. 11. Presence hurts. His presence night, or its presence is harmful. 12. Disjunctive villagers or divided forces. Very interesting. They use a lot of nature to represent what's happening in humanity, in culture, and with things, and what naturally occurs in life. Alright, page 8. 1. The mind stays. I see the rest spinning, but my mind is happy. 2. I die, I will, or I will bring it, or I will perish there, or I will overcome it. 3. The pretty girl lights have weapons, or the beautiful eyes of nymphs are the arrows. That's intense. 4. Of the love of the door, not the enemy, or it's for friends and not for enemies. 5. Our eternal more, or my fire will last longer than yours. 6. I wrap my power, or I cover myself with my virtue. Virtue is very, very important in a lot of these things. 7. Changes every hour. 8. Self-love, or it is with gold that I am made favorable. 9. Still tough, or slow but eternal. The connection with the angels, the elements, everything that's natural in the phases of life. 10. He is distasteful one. 11. Oblivion, or to forget all my ills. I like that. 12. I repeat breached, or I halt my interrupted work. Wow, the spider. I love watching spiders, and they are so symbolic. Everything in nature. All these amazing forces. 13. Stripped of the old law. 14. What is done quickly is quickly lost. Gotta love the mushrooms. 15. Wall voices. Whale voices. I only sing to complain. Very interesting. I'd like to sing to create as well and be beautiful, but I only sing to complain. That's probably a certain bird. Everything's so specific. Page 9. Oh, what's this? Okay. The end crowns the work. I like that. 2. It is a perfect piety to rescue his father in need. 3. Curing the diseased ranks or poorly concealed and untreated. Interesting. I love the first one. The end crowns the work. No matter how hard it is, you got to go through it. Number 7, one away, or who will take it away from me. 8, the deep anger, or he tames anger. 9, for all, or be prepared for anything. The empty canvas with the measurement tool. Perfect. I love that. For all. You got to do art for all. That's why I do it. 10, guarded heart, or his heart watches. Awesome. 11, but when mixed with strength, or composed of heart and strength. I love it. Look at his smile. 12. Shock rise, or I beat myself up. Very interesting. Very interesting. No, they had depression too. They had pure happiness and stuff beyond that too. Alright, 13. A loving heart is true. That is a transparent glass. 14. She would not affect its purest, or gold does not corrupt purity. I love that. 15. Love is not perfect, but one thing is, or a perfect love which to oneself. Gotta love thyself. Definitely. In the flowers, the purity, they all represent amazing things. Page 10. 1. Every point, or it's not missing anything. That one's very interesting. 2. He knows that, or steel that knows how to reign. 3. Jupiter and lightning. I like that. That's really cool. Jupiter and lightning. 4. And corrects rules. Or holds and corrects. 5. Here safer. 6. Which they attribute it to, or she gives back as she shook. Wow. The ground reflect everything, just the safeness, security. 7. The censorship, or his eclipse exposes him to censorship. 8. Is known by the beating of, or we know by her sound. 9. The price of power. Very interesting. We know her by her sound. I love that. 10. Always the same. 11. Is not always a tripod, or not always lucky. No fish, I get that. 12. Motionless for stationary power. I wonder what that is. The star power, gathering the star power. And look in the mirror, always the same. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I love this when they just, all their stuff, the celestial references, there's everything's so cool. Page 11, 1. I draw high honor, or honor follows the virtue and to heaven. 2. No disturbances impunity, or do not seek whoever is not looking for you. 3. Do not touch me, or do not touch the sleeping dog. Very, very good advice. Some sayings are still around today. 4. Other security, or the chain in the security of madmen. 5. Leaders, or to deserve us. 6. God alone has only to follow, or I only want to know one, God. Very awesome. The bird is the fire. 7. When the time, or with time. 8. Our safety and success. 9. Great short life, or what is useful to us always leaves us too early. Wow. Really powerful statements that are just timeless. 10. Leader God. God drives everything, or God leaves the whole thing. God leads the whole thing. 11. The fort has held its strength, or resistance frightens the tyrant. And 12. I take no dirty bird's towers, or lightness cannot please me. Interesting. 13. Outstanding at heart, or without fear. Love that. Right into it. Right into the sun. 14. Cast growing, we live on winds. 15. Treat more damage, words do not hurt me. The words hurt no more than me. That's right, words do not hurt. That is a very true thing. Such a big difference between physical violence and words that don't mean hurt at all to a strong person. Page 12, 1. Show the way. 2. Not the lowly but the undisciplined, or not furious but invincible. 3. And the two together make up, or they are two in one. Love. That's the power of love. So good. Unifies a lot of amazing excellence. 4. Finer motion, or in the most brilliant motion. 5. Wishes following passes, or I will follow your laps, or my challenges follow him in the race. 6. Pacified playing in the water. Suns in the water. 7. Alien recording. Alien things make me heavy, or what I take from outside makes me heavy. That's cool. 8. Useless street vendors, or I am useless to those who do not rest. That's awesome. 9. Dates under his weight. The earth is very comfortable to me. Wow. 10. Without time, art. If art does not play, it will always vote. Or she is always empty if the cunning does not get involved. 11. One contains all. Only one unites them all. 12. By land and sea surveys, or illustrates the sea and the earth. Or illuminates, maybe. 13. Lamb be curbed, or the breaks makes me tame. Wow. 14. To remove the clouds and sun, or the clouds steal my light from me, or the clouds take away my sun. 15. Scattered, or gathered scattered things. Wow, and you could tell stories with these things. These are just like the languages like hieroglyphs, but more powerful. Page 13, faith stressing the power of fate. Number 4, or virtue is better than all things in the world. 5, make haste slowly. With patience we overcome all things. 6, 2, nothing more. I love that. And so I skipped around here to a few different pages that I thought were of interest, so you guys can check the whole book. I recommend just use a Google translator. Alright, page 14, 1. Hence the labor force, hence the travel in virtue. 2. Do not do too much, all superfluous and harmful. 3. Form of religion, under the pretext of religion. Interesting. Very interesting. 4. Remains of others. 5. He shines in balance. 6. It depends on him we will meditate, or they hang from, or it depends on itself. Very awesome. 7. Sunlight, or by the light of the sun. 8. Ad omnia, to all. I love that. Art, empty canvas, to all. Everyone's got it. 9. Neither adherence, give one side, up another. Amazing. The ocean, it sums it up. They sum it up so poetically. 10. Without any loss of light. 11. Wishing to be drawn or voluntary force. 12. Indicates the future or he predicts the future. Wow, I love it. There's so much virtue and it just reeks of that, and I'm not even totally sure exactly what they mean by it. Page 15, row 4. How many hours, so many powers, or I will mark the hours according to my strength. 11. If he wins time, or if time will favor me. 12. I hardness, or I go out to harden myself. Wow, how many hours, so many powers. I love all three of those. 13. Muses benign dawn, or the morning is favorable to the muses. 14. And sun and on Mars I am devout. Wow. 15. Envy integrity follower, or envy is the court of integrity. Very interesting. Mars and sun with the rooster and the chicken and the star. Very amazing. Page 23, row 4, 10. Without injury, or I don't bother him. 11. Labor to all, or they only work on the same thing. 12. Another winter, or I try to go elsewhere. Wow. Very cool. These people mimicked the nature. They were just living in harmony with it, witnessing it, loving it, admiring it, respecting it. I love that. We need to bring that back. Page 26, row 2. While confound, or that dies as long as it shines, or I die as long as I reread. Not sure. 5. Not clear. No one can see, or no one knows what's inside. 6. The strength of what is able, or the weight of forces. Wow, and what it's weighing is very symbolic. Every single thing. They're like individual little tarots or better. Page 28, row 1 and 3. Okay, here we go. 1. It always, or always like this, or always like that. 2. Resolutely and sincerely, or with constancy and sincerity. 3. It is immortal, or so I am immortal. The two gods grabbing the tree of life, whatever. Wow. 7. When patience, or with patience. 8. It yields, more agitated or more constant. 9. Of the injured feelings of freedom, or frank and free. The tower. Love it. So you can get up and you can see and you can be just free. Away from the injured feelings of, or with the injured. Whatever. Page 36, row 2. Beware uncertainty, number 4. Don't rely on uncertain things. 5. Aloft, or he searches for heavenly things. 6. The death of love. Wow. All very powerful. Again, I encourage you all to look at this book and do this kind of translation. It's just fun to figure these things out. Page 37, row 5, 13. It's pressed down, not weighed down, or he is preferred but not oppressed. 14. Without quitting the place, unless they could prove this, or I will not leave unless I have won. 15. For your power. I love it. Love it. The sun, the celestial times, different phases of every object has a different meaning. This is a symbolic life that they lived, and we should. Page 42, row 3, 7. Brightness imprisoned, or his candor dazzles. 8. Beautiful upper, or beautiful from above. 9. I was out of danger, or I'm insulted. I think I was out of danger is probably more like it. But brightness imprisoned. Beautiful. So amazing. His candor dazzles, and the stuff smiles on these celestial objects. Page 45, row 1 and 2. Send a virtue nothing. There is nothing impossible about virtue. That's 1. 2. Slipped his slaw, or it is renewed, or he was renewed. 3. Prometheus has taken nothing from him, or she has all the lights, or its splendor has not diminished. 4. Hang from the beginning and the end, or the end depends on the beginning. 5. Taking fun, or I am taken. 6. Venus improba, naughty Venus, love kills us, or love amazes us. And love does amaze us. These ancients amaze us. Their art amazes us. The message within each symbol is, this is just a taste of what's in their architecture, worked into it in masterful ways beyond what we can really do today or really think. We're beyond what most of us and these artists today are thinking. And I'd like to help bring it back. I hope other artists will as well. And just hope everyone joins me in this symbolic nature. I firmly believe this. I've always thought this since I was a young kid, when I've noticed certain synchronicities happening throughout the day, or certain masterful things happening in dream or in waking, moments of epiphany that I've accomplished or obtained through beautifully natural ways and just life choices. Then everything feels, you can feel that we're in a symbolic world. And that is definitely one of the links that we need to bring back. One of the things that they've tried to lose is the power of symbols, and by replacing these symbols of beauty and meaning and internal thought with symbols that are evil, and just our body doesn't like them, our bodies are rejecting them, we're not embracing them, we're not living symbolic lives. But we need to. I hope everyone does. I recommend it for everyone. It really is amazing. You never know what will happen at any second that can just link with what you're truly feeling, and those moments are capable of happening at all times, and they're just, nothing feels better. A lot of things do. This world is beautiful, and that's what they knew, and we need to get back to that no matter what. Bless you all. You all are amazing. Hope you enjoyed this.